Welcome to the Handyman Academy podcast with your hosts, Jeremy and Kate.
Hello. My name is Jeremy. Kate is again not with me today. We have had a crazy couple weeks. If you've been paying attention to our newsletters, which you can sign up for via our website, handymanacademy.org, you will know that recently I almost died. I was doing some yard work. Normally I hired that out, but I was trying to do some yard work by myself, and I got swarmed by yellow jackets. We can do a whole episode sometime diving into, what these 2 weeks really consisted of. But it was not a great past couple weeks. By the time you hear this, it'll have been about 3 weeks. Shortly after my stint in the hospital from the Yellow Jackets, we had this wonderful time laying and lounging on the bed with our mascot Atlas, our beautiful black German Shepherd, which, again, if you're a member of our newsletter, you get pictures of him every single week. We love him. I'm sure most people who are on our newsletter also love him. But we were laying down on the bed, just kind of cuddling with him, and Atlas had a violent sneeze attack. And in his sneeze, he headbutted Kate in the mouth and broke one of her teeth in half. So in between me in the hospital and dealing with all this, she's getting a lot of dental work done. A lot of stuff was kind of put off, and now it's all kind of catching up. So she is taking a little break from the podcast. She's a little self-conscious with how she is speaking currently, and I totally understand. A year ago, I had most of my teeth fixed from a lifetime of just poor dental hygiene. Let that be the kind of side lesson for you guys today. Dentists, yes, they're scary, but get in there, get your routine checks done, because you're probably going to be putting off a lot more work than you need to. But enough about the side jazz that we're talking about. Let's get into this week's topic. The question is, do I need a bookkeeper or an accountant? What's the difference? So on the super high level, the super, this is the basic idea. Your bookkeeper does your day-to-day accounting. Your accountant does the end-of-year tax stuff and gives you advice on how to best set yourself up for taxes. Okay, that is the super basic idea. Okay, and I know a lot of solopreneurs in the handyman industry. They will do their QuickBooks or their other bookkeeping software. They'll do that themselves. I personally have taken the QuickBooks certification courses. I am QuickBooks certified. I could indeed do my books myself, and I could do them to the proper degree that they need to be done. But here is what I'm going to propose to you. What I'm going to propose is you can find an independent bookkeeper, somebody who runs a business just like us, and they service 10, 20, 30 clients, and every single day that they work, that is what they're doing. They are doing bookkeeping. They have it down to a science so that they can minimize their hours and maximize their profit. Okay? And since they are independent, like us, they are servicing, maybe 30, maybe 10, 20, whatever, clients, reoccurring every month, they don't really cost that much. My first bookkeeper that I hired on, mind you, I say hired on, but really I 1099'd this person. They did not actually work in my company, they worked on my company. They charged me $100 a month because that was when I first started. And a lot of these people, they have sliding brackets based on the number of transactions per month that your business has in the bank account. So that's your purchases, that's your invoices, that's your, just depending on how you set up, maybe your fuel for your work vehicle, whatnot. When you are interviewing one of these individuals who does bookkeeping, they're going to say, how long have you been in business? How long have you not had a bookkeeper? And historically, what is your average monthly transactions or number of transactions? And so I'm going to put this out here. If you can find somebody for $100, $150, $200 a month, I would almost say, no, I wouldn't even almost say, I would say, bring them onto your team the first month. The first month that you actually make a sale. Because if in the previous episode on pricing, we discussed, okay, if you do this, and that, you're going to be bringing in $60 a month, or whoa, hopefully not $60 a month, $60 an hour. Obviously, this changes depending on your circumstances, but you need, in that situation, you need to sell 4 hours, a half a day. That's $240 just to afford this bookkeeper. That is 4 hours out of 3 weeks. You can afford it. And I'll tell you, that bookkeeper is going to make your life so nice, so easy. When you just have to focus on your customers and not have to worry about the numbers, it's awesome. So this bookkeeper, they'll get a hold of you probably once a month, and they'll rectify your accounts. They'll make sure to record transactions. If you throw a pizza party for your company, they'll make sure that is recorded properly so that when the end of the year comes along, the tax guy, your accountant, knows where these numbers go. Once you have it kind of down with the bookkeeper, it's almost like a plug it in and forget it. Accountants are more long-term thinkers. They say, okay, historically you've done $60,000 to $70,000 in revenue. We have gotten your taxes down to this much. If we make these moves over the next 3 years, we can further pare down your tax liability and get it to where it needs to be, to where you're really only paying what you have to. I'm not saying avoid taxes. I'm not saying don't pay your fair share. I'm saying pay what you need to, not what they want you to. Obviously, your accountant is going to help you do this. One of my good friends recently told me about how his work truck was getting pretty old. His accountant recommended that they sell or they trade that truck in and trade it for a brand new work truck. And in doing that, in doing something he already knew he needed to do, he reduced his tax liability by $15,000 for that year. Holy heck, right? It's awesome. So really, that's your two people. And really, you want to make sure that you have both of them. Bookkeeper, first and foremost, your first real delegation, your first person to really get a look at your company other than you, but it is one of the most important people to get early. And then, maybe 6 months in, you can really start looking for an accountant, and they'll be able to help you set up your quarterly tax payments for, year 2 and onward, and you'll be pretty set. So really, that's a kind of high-level idea on accountants versus bookkeepers. You need them both. You want them both. They both serve a purpose, but now you know what their purpose is. So next week, we will be talking about contracts, how to set them up, the best way to set them up, how to get people to sign them, how to CYA, cover your, and really that's the next direction that we're going to go. Once we finish our Foundations 101, which is what you've been listening to thus far, we'll be going into more advanced theories, more advanced breakdowns of a lot of this stuff and how to get the most out of each segment. So, if I could just once ask you for a favor, please go to your podcast platform that you're listening to this on. Leave me a rate, leave me a review. It'll help me get in front of so many more people, help so many more people. If you want to, go to our website, handymanacademy.org, and join our newsletter. Like I said, you'll get updates every single week. You'll get pictures of Atlas every single week, direct links to view all of our content. We have a YouTube channel, also Handyman Academy, and we have a bunch of how-to videos. So if you know somebody who needs help, who needs to learn how to fill nail holes, how to install a doorknob, how to change out a shower head, send them over to the Handyman Academy YouTube channel. I'll put the links in the description. Thank you so much for being on this journey with us. And one more thing, kind of dragging this out a little bit. We are upgrading our studio. Recently, we've only been using one microphone to record both of us. It's been hit or miss. And we just upgraded to a whole new system, 2 microphones, XLR cables, the whole 9 yards. And I am excited to get me and Kate back in the studio to record together. It'll probably be after the contracts episode, but we will be back and we will be sounding better than ever, I hope. I appreciate you guys, and until next time, bye for now.